Greetings, everyone. It's Friday on Going Optimal, and you know what that means. Yes, indeed, it is another chat gauntlet brought to you by my awesome mods who've been working all week long to find the players, set up the pod, get everything all squared away so that we can have some fun today. Nice and smooth like. Thank you, mods, for setting everything up. Looking forward to this. Thank you, competitors, for taking the time to jump in and help me make some fun content and play some fun Magic, we hope. This has been a pretty fun set. I think we'll get there. Let's see. Last week I did the old 3-0 to 4-3 trick. It feels like it happens around here a lot that there's a hot start followed by a equitable end. You know what I mean? So that's been fun. But I would like to 7-0 you again. I know chat would like to 7-0 me, but you know, let's pull back from the 7-0s and say, hey, first job is to win 4 times. Because for those of you who maybe are here for the first time or catching this video and don't know what's going on, I'm drafting on a third-party website with my viewers, and we're going to import our decks or export our decks over to MTGArena and then use the challenge system in Arena to play out the games there. We do a best of 1 so that I can play 1 game against everybody who took the time to participate, and a nice 7-game set creates the structure where there's a first to 4 wins gets to win the week. If chat can get 5 wins, they get a small shopping trip. If they get 6 wins, they get a big shopping trip. We got a set of Lotus sleeves one time for chat's best victory so far, 6-1ing me. And then what chat has not done yet is 7-0 me, in which case they get to have some input on my next haircut. That's going to be something we hope never happens, right? I'm sure you all feel exactly the same way as I do on that front. I also know that you feel exactly the same way as I do on the front of Magic Card Retail. Because, you know, I know you go to cardkingdom.com because you hang around here. So there's no way that you buy Magic cards on the internet without checking cardkingdom.com first, right? Because, like, why wouldn't you? They're going to have what you want at great prices. They're going to get it to you quick. You know exactly what you're going to get, and you're going to be happy with what you get. They're going to put some other cool stuff in the package and earn your business long-term like they have mine. I have a lot of credit with them because I like getting store credit. I'm trying to pick up, right now I'm trying to acquire reasonable quantities of the foil Pokemon lands, as people call them. I feel like maybe they're not very popular with the players. I'm kind of surprised, like foil Pokemon planes, which I just mean the Theros Beyond Death big symbol lands, foil are just like $1.50. I'm like, those are so sweet looking, and they're $1.50 a piece. Oh, come on. So I bought 24 foil Pokemon planes from Card Kingdom the other day, from my affiliate link, by the way. That means that even my own business with Card Kingdom helps support my stream. And that's the thing. If you go there via my affiliate link and you do some business with them, it does attribute it to my stream and helps keep me on the air. So, but don't steal my Pokemon lands. It's all right. I'm going to beat you to it anyway, because what I did is I put in requests for them to ping me when they get stock back in, because planes are the only one they had in stock. So maybe people are coming around on it, but I am going to snap up all the foil Sam Burley, Theros Beyond Death, full art, sweet Nyx lands, and have those be maybe my future draft lands, or maybe I'll put them as an option for my cube. You know, if you want to draft my cube and want to use those lands, you can. I like to have lots of land options for people. Anyway, I'm yammering now about lands. I love Card Kingdom. I like playing Magic, though, too, so let's do that. Thanks, Card Kingdom. I'm going to hop over now to the left monitor, show you what we got going on over here. Here's the crew. Here's the website. Oh, so it's you, Mama. Well, I'm glad that I have it on alert. So now I'm racing Mama to the foil Nyx lands. You stay off. Those are mine. Should have never told Mama about CK. What a mistake. All right. I am ready over here. We got a nice crew looking good to go. We'll wait for Hat here to do a ready check or just get it going. Looks like these spinnies usually mean it's about to fire from my experience. Boom, here we go. Pack 1, there we go. That'll do nicely. This is not a great pack. Honestly, we could take a Spirit Summoning just to get that going. Pilgrim of Ages is excellent, but I guess if I'm taking either of these, I'd rather just take the Pass Caller. I'm not much for heading towards Lorehold right out of the gate, but this is a splashable card, and it's very good. Yeah, the Arch is the other option, really. This is a little bit more open. And Pilgrim, Pass Caller, and Arch are the standouts to me here. Infuse is okay, Counterspell's okay even, but it's not a priority. You don't have to first pick it or anything. Yeah, this pack is kind of weak. I don't know, what do you think, gang? Do you like Arch or Pass Caller or other? Really, you like first pick Counterspell? I can't first pick Counterspell. It's fine. It's just a 1-for-1 though. This is a 2-for-1. I like first picking 2-for-1s. That's the Arch 2 is a 2-for-1 in the sense of you know, it does things for a while and then you get to go get what you need. So I mean, it's still a 1-for-1, but it's an Arch for a while and then it's whatever you need it to be after. But it has that kind of feel. So it looks like there's some back and forth between these two. Boy, I hate that I have to first pick either of these, if I'm honest. What are we wheeling from this? Yeah, Pilgrim is a many for one. That's why it's on the list for sure. I'm gonna take Pass Caller. It's just so powerful. If we end up there, it's great. If we don't, we don't. So be it. And again, it's so splashable, I'm willing to do it. Here, I'm looking at Emergent Sequence, Academic Dispute, or Heated Debate. Hunt for Specimens and Pest Summoning. Oh, Putrefy, also good. I think if I had started on the Arch, we'd just take Putrefy now. We could still take the Putrefy. I'd agree with you, Hammer, if it wasn't so splashable. Taking Pass Caller does not mean you're in Lorehold. Heated Debate as clean removal is very appealing. You're right there. Academic Dispute as learn is very appealing. I know my chat is going to be all over the learn lesson side of town. And if you don't get in on that early enough, it can leave you behind. And then you're like, oh, geez. But Debate can't be countered. You know what I know now? This includes By the Ward ability. I'd rather take a Heated Debate that matches my first pick than a Putrefy that doesn't, so I'm going to take that. Mike says Putrefy. And Mike, if Putrefy were monocolored, I'd be with you. But I think while Putrefy gets obviously a lot more things, it is two-colored, and Heated Debate gets a pretty wide range of targets, not Putrefy level range, but a wide range of targets, and is single colored. So that was my thinking. Though look at the now we got a Mortality Spear, Elemental Summoning keeps us in our lane. We are really, let's see, who are we passing to? Cardle. Vociferous Cardles. If they found that Arch, they got to be in the black-green lane, right? So yeah, it could be us. I mean, like if we feel like Mortality Spear is the pick, we could take it and still pivot. I mean, it's just that summoning is great, right? Like, I mean, I'm just happy to get a summoning. So if there wasn't a summoning here or something along this power level, although this is kind of the low end of the power level that still keeps me on summoning. If this weren't here, maybe I'd be on Enthusiastic Study, but like this Mortality Spear is real good. But I think I just am going to take the summoning and accept that I may end up regretting my lack of not being in Witherbloom here. Spectacle Mage could put us towards the blue-red that I prefer, and then we could try and splash the Pass Caller. Maybe we wheel the Pledge Mage. But Hunt for Specimens is the other option. But, you know, we're just, the Witherbloom is flowing away from us, and I think as much as it might hurt, like, this is where, you know, who is it that was saying, hey, don't, you know, Mike, like, just take the, Mike would be taking Witherbloom rewards right now, and so would anybody who took the early Arch, but we're not headed in a bad direction, so I'm going to take the Spectacle Mage. You like this Pledge Mage over it? I seem to overvalue, I'm not going to say over because I don't know who's right or whatever, but I seem to value this more than chat historically, but I'm going to stick to my gut. Expressive Iteration or another Spectacle Mage. Bayou Graf for the, or Spectre for the Witherbloom deck we're passing. Iteration is good. It's not a 2-drop. But it's good, so let's take it. And it's somewhat signally that we might be able to find ourselves a nice Prismari deck here. This whole draft so far is just reminding me how hard it is to adhere to the philosophy of staying open, to adhere to the philosophy of take the best card. Because honestly, if we were adhering to that philosophy, we would have taken a Pass Caller and then taken a bunch of Witherbloom stuff. But it really is, and it's not incorrect to consider your first pick in your second and third and fourth pick. I just think it's very hard to have the discipline to like completely abandon that stuff. And we see that difficulty again and again, draft after draft. First day of class is pretty weak as far as learn cards go, but it is still a learn card. And I've actually found this to be okay. Just okay though. It's more like it's like a 5-drop because you play this on turn 5 and you get your 3 mana summon spell and then cast the summon spell, right? So we'll take it and move on, but I wanted to talk about that. I'm taking it, but I don't think it's great, but it is playable. It's just that it just kind of belongs up here. Hat looking for my hair this week. I'm gonna clip this. Get it, come get it. Speaking of hair, I'm feeling very shaggy, but my the head to my electric razor, I dropped my electric razor and the head shattered and I need to replace it. I haven't replaced it yet, so I've been going scraggly this week. Historian is fine. It's a 2-drop that dies into something you can get back for value later. We could take the commons since we're trying to splash the Pass Caller, and this is somewhat of a medium card. We could take the Pledge Mage. Oh, except yeah, I was looking at the white, but we're too far away from Pledge Mage to take it. Aerialist, we're not too far away from, but it's kind of a homeless card. I just don't really want it in these decks. There's just all these inkling, and it just trades down for tokens and stuff. And so 2-dropper commons is where I'm at. And looks like chat is there too. Some want the 2-drop, some want the splash tool. Yeah, we might see more commons. I'm going to take the Historian because also we might find like environmental sciences later that will get it done. Hey, pick 8 Spirit Summoning still being here is a reasonable sign for us. The double white is tough, but red is cool. There's another commons, yes, but Spirit Summoning is I think the way to go here. Negate. Yeah, Negate's good too, but I want my lessons. Two lessons feels good to have now. Biblioplex Assistant is generally good in these Prismari decks that we're heading towards. We could still even be Lorehold here. We have a Spectral Mage and an Iteration. But everything else we have is still Lorehold supporting. So maybe I should take like a Mentor. No, I still think I just want an Assistant. I don't think this is good, Krauser. Do you like this? Huh. More people on Excavation. I've never felt like this card has done much for or against me. Whereas Assistant just rises and rises. Krauser, you and me have seen this format quite differently. I'm taking the Assistant. It's what's worked for me quite well, so I'm going to give that a try. Reject. I guess I'll take a Pledge Mage. We may end up kind of forced into the Lorehold lane. We could take Stonebound Mentor. I guess I shouldn't say it's never done anything. Lorehold Excavation absolutely has been a relevant card against me. Like somebody has played it, and it's been played at a time where either they started getting value out of the 5 mana ability, or they were closing in on my life total or whatever. But overall, my experience has been that its floor is so low that I really try not to include it. That's where I'm at with it. Archivist, nothing special. But it's surprisingly annoying. It checks a lot of boxes. And also, if we do end up in Lorehold, it does do the Lorehold trigger. So I'm going to take an Archivist over any of this stuff. But none of this here is good. But Archivist, it's an interesting design. 4/5 is a key power toughness, because there's so many 4/4s floating around that 4/5 is a key power toughness. It has reach. Hey, look what came back for me. And it triggers the Lorehold thing, right? So at 6 mana, it's quite a cost, but it checks a lot of boxes for a very, a below replacement 6-drop. And here's another one for us if we wanted it. I'm going to take this and, I don't know, if we somehow end up massive Lorehold from here, we can consider it. And we might. The Lorehold is, as usual, obviously open. I'm going to put my straight Lorehold out for now, but we still could very much be a Lorehold deck. Let's see what we find. Poet's Quill, making me regret, again, the road not taken. That would be a heck of a first pick if we were in Witherbloom, huh? As it is, what are we going to do? This is pretty bad for our colors. We can take a Berry in Books, and that's not the worst. Introduction to Prophecy is a fine colorless spell. We could take Poet's Quill and splash it. This is not unsplashable, but Berry is fine in our colors, and Poet's Quill is busted in something that's not. So that's my only consideration. But I'll be a grown-up and take the Berry. Yeah, Berry is one that rose and rose and rose, right? I don't know how you thought of this initially, but I'm like, oh, this is good, right? I mean, I never thought it was bad. I thought, yeah, this is solid. Now I just find myself so often saying, well, boy, that sure seems like Berry. That's going to be bad news. Or, whew, don't worry, I got a Berry. I'm good. It really can be quite swingy that way. Well, Rutha here says, let's continue on this path towards Prismari. But Rip Apart, I would add to our splash. And of course, Heated Debate is premium. Would love to get that. But we're going to take Rutha. Yeah, we're passing a Heated Debate, but that's all right. We'll copy the one we already have, and then we'll feel better about it. Exactly. The token killing big time. And that's what I was really feeling that last night in the 1 and 3 in my big mana Quandrix deck. I was making a lot of large tokens, but Barry's just like, bye, see ya, tokens. Heated debate or expressive iteration. I'm going to take a heated debate. If we can wheel this expressive iteration, I would fist pump, but heated debate is really where we want to be. Dropping Arutha, making it to 5 mana, and copying a heated debate is backbreaking. Enthusiastic study for the learning. We don't really have any. We have first day of class as our only learn right now. That's a little bit of a concern. But we do have the old Archway Commons also looking at splashing. But I think we really do need to get some learn on. So let's take that. And also copying this can be really good with Rutha. Let's take it. Another expressive iteration. This is obviously not on the wheel, but happy to pick this up again here. Guiding Voice is strong. What else is Deadly Brew is pretty good. Silverquill Command is very strong, but it's like a double splash, so we can't really take it. We just got to remember that it's in the, like, if somebody plays Silverquill, let's remember the command, okay? Well, pick 6, right? Because we're going to pass it. Radiant wants to hate it. I'm not too concerned with hating. I know we're going to face everybody, and so there's good reasons to hate in this kind of format, but I like sticking to my plan and trying to make my deck work. And on that front, we're going to take Creative Outburst here. If the table wants to wheel us a Historian, that would be cool. Silverquill looks pretty darn open. Silverquill Apprentice is strong. Pass the command, like, so, like, who are we passing to now? Like Timber. I'm curious if well, Timber passed a lot of Witherbloom to us, but frankly a lot of it was gold, so it's possible that Timber is in Silverquill, and if not, it's possible we've put Timber in Silverquill by passing all this crazy Silverquill stuff. But I'm taking the Outburst. Masterpiece for, okay, another big or another small. Might even be just a Pledge Mage pick here. Creative Outburst plus, yeah, I like a Masterpiece, but it's interesting. What do you think? Masterpiece or Pledge Mage? They are really on opposite ends of what this deck needs, but it needs both. Krauser says gotta go Masterpiece, and like I'm kind of like Gdanmore. I feel like I want to make sure I've got my 2s wrapped up. Sounds like people want to go big. This did wheel before, by the way. Yeah, based on the strength of this wheeling last time, we'll take the Masterpiece. That's a close one for me, though. You take a Campus, but that's not. We want to splash white, but we want to splash it off of a red-white land, not a black-white land. So that leaves Reject or Eureka Moment in case we end up splashing green. Nothing here is so, like, I don't care about cutting. I like Eureka Moment on the long shot splash, but I don't think that's where we're going to end up, but, you know, maybe. We'll see. Yeah, a lot of, like, Silverquill, once again, looking wide open. That's what's put me in it again and again recently. We're not there today, but it's worth noting that it seems to be open at this table, too. Not that these are incredible Silverquill cards. They're just a lot of them late, right? Yeah, I like getting that lesson, although we're still low on learn, so the lessons don't matter much if we're not going to learn anything. Now we're kind of in hate mode. I could take another Introduction to Prophecy, but I'd rather, like, cut a Shield Mage. I mean, Prophecy is my tends to be a desperation lesson anyway. Iteration came back, so that's good for us. Although, again, these are mostly 3s. I mean, I might play them on 2, but this is really our curve right now. So really want to take care of this. Hopefully that... Pledge Mage wheels. Teach. I'll take a commons over the teach. Find a good place to pick up a commons. Reduce to memory, Leech Fanatic. Don't like any of these. Kind of want to cut the Leech Fanatic from the Silver Quill player or the... Wow. Wowie wow wow. Is nobody? Maybe it's nobody. How does the... It must be nobody. Is literally nobody in Silver Quill? Vanishing Verse for the nobody in Silver Quill, Humiliate for the nobody in Silver Quill, and Shield Mage for the nobody in Silver Quill. And basically nothing for us. So thank you, PAX. I'll take an Introduction to Annihilation. But this is a huge bummer. This whole pack is a sad time bummer. You like Curate over Introduction? I like Introduction, but this is an awful pack. Vanishing Verse, when it doesn't get what you want, you sure feel it. I mean, you still play it. There's just too many monocolored things to get. I mean, it's 2 mana, instant, exile. And all it needs to be is a monocolored permanent. I know there's a lot of gold in the set. And I know it's rare, and maybe you want your rare stuff to pick off literally everything, but it's always trading up. And it's any permanent. Like, I get it. I get how bad it feels when you desperately need to kill a shield mage and it can't, but it's still been fine. Fine to great in terms of trading up on mana, you know, getting more mana than it costs. All right. This is more our style. Yeah. Dean of Expression is great. Now we're getting a hookup for once. Pigment Storm would be good too, but this is us. I've never really cast the Dean of Perfection side. It seems clunky and weird and slow. I almost think of this as just a 5. This is a red card, but the Dean of Expression is bonkers, and we're going to happily take it. Tireless Slacker calling out the Orator. Orator's great for sure. Love that 2-drop. Hard to call a 2-drop a bomb, but excellent 2-drop for sure. Another one in our colors. What the heck does this do? Oh, yeah, this one's kind of medium, but we probably still take it here. Or we can take Pop Quiz. Pop Quiz is a little better than this, actually. Because we got a 2/2 ward for 4. And when it enters the battlefield, you exile an instant. You know, we would play this if it comes around or whatever. Yeah, like this is playable. We'd play it if it came around, but I think this is actually more important for our deck right now. I don't deny Sculptor in this deck could do is worth playing, right? It's going to be just a rate monster. Generally, you're going to play this. It's going to be big and it's going to be hard for them to kill. But Quiz is what this deck needs more, I believe. So I'm going to go for it. Even though we're pretty deep at 3 here, this is a 5. Yeah, Warden also great. But we're going to start with the Quiz. Maybe we wheel Warden. I wouldn't hate that. A second Rutha over second Barry. Yeah, we're going to increase the reliability of our Rutha count. Try to make that work. I'd love another Barry, though. Rutha copying Barry is incredible. Worried about our 2s, though. Come on. Let's get some 2s. Maybe this general comes back around. I don't need amazing 2s, but I don't want to do nothing. I'll lose my hair if I do nothing. Well. Now I'm on Pledge Mage over Pop Quiz and Spectacle Mage over Deck Needs. I wouldn't mind another Pop Quiz, but Pledge Mage is, we gotta grab it. Passed one before, hoped it would wheel, it did not, so I'm taking it now. We could be in a spot where we have to be willing to cast an iteration for kind of card quality, and I mean it does cycle for 2. It's just the real value is playing it where you can get a land play out of it. So on turn 2 you can play this and effectively cycle, but it's better than cycle. Premium, you know, it's like scry cycle, scry 3 and draw 1 almost, but you got to keep 1. And you could do that on 2 if you had to, but you're really trying not to. Subtraction, much better than First Day. I continue to think Vortex Runner is a fine play. It goes super, super late, though. It's like you only need 1, and only in decks that need to answer the question of how they finish. How are you finishing? How are you winning this game? It's a reasonable answer to that question, but it's not, you know, one that we need to worry about right now. Oh, is this the second one? Didn't we pass a Glyph Weaver Vanity earlier? Got to watch out for deadly vanities in this draft. Planning? I guess. It's not really what we want to do on 2, but neither is Adept. Like, what underwhelming 2 do we want here? This blocks. Should probably take the Adept because it blocks. It's not great either way, you're right. I'm going to take the Adept, but not liking this. Ugh, look at this Apprentice. So sick. We can take a Reject too and consider it, but we can also take a Ignis or Shaman. We do have 1 campus. Oh, we don't have a campus. We have a common. Sorry. I don't know if we're playing any of these. But Reject might be the one we most likely play. I mean, it is a 2 that we don't mind playing on 2. It just gets really bad later. But I don't have a lot going on at 2 still, so I think I should take it and probably run it. Yeah, I don't think anybody's in Silver Quill. It just seems undrafted with Humiliate, Vanishing Verse, and we got a near last pick, whatever. What was it? Silver Quill Apprentice? Yeah, doubling enthusiastic study on Flame Painter with Rutha is something that I have done as well, and that's a way to win a Magic game on the spot, kind of. It's absurd. Were we ever playing a Teach? Or should we cut something here? I would like cut Cram Session. Black-White is way open. I'm not sure anybody is in Black-White. Hey, a Lorehold Campus is exactly what we were talking about. We got Pigment Storm and Pillar Drop Warden, but if we feel like our deck has playables, we could take the Campus to both give us some scry and to help with the splash. I don't know. Yeah, getting more removal seems fine though too. We got 2 Heated Debates. We got Burying Books. We got Creative Outbursts though. I'm going to take Lorehold Campus so that we can... no, maybe I'll take the Pigment Storm. Because I don't necessarily think we're going to splash the Return Pest Caller. Or Pest Caller. That's a completely different thing. Hey, cool, Warden came back. I could take a Vortex Runner too, but I don't think finishing is our problem. Pillar Drop Warden is in effect a better finisher for this deck than Vortex Runner because we can rebuy big stuff. cutting this too, and this basically, and probably this. Are we ever doing this? Maybe we just take the Biblioplex and give it a try. If we don't think we're going to play the Ignis, which I don't think we are, we can take that. Spectacle Mage comes back. All right. And a Vortex Runner over a Eureka. How is your? I don't understand what colors people are in. Like, nobody's in Silver Claw, but a Eureka Moment is going last pick. I don't know. We'll take the Runner though. That could make the deck. Strategic Planning comes back. It could make the deck. Gram Session is not. All right. Well, we'll cut the land as we figure out exactly what's up here. 5 cuts from this if we, let's see our creature count. Uh, 12 creatures plus whatever creature makers like Elemental Masterpiece and lessons that go find it. I think we can cut the Runner though. Can we cut the Adept? It's not a ton to do on 2, but it's stuff. Yeah, we can cut First Day. We found some better lessons. One iteration. Yeah, we could cut an iteration. I'm okay with that. And then we're down to like, what's our worst spell, our worst creature, our worst... Although the thing with iterations is I like cheap stuff to copy with Rutha, and they are cheap. Yeah, so strategic planning, like what? Check out strategic planning. So strategic planning, look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand and the rest in your graveyard, and let's look at iteration. Look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand, put one of them on the bottom of your library, and exile one of them. Now, yes, if we are on mono blue, no mountains, strategic planning is better. But I do agree that I would rather just play 3rd iteration and be willing to cast it on 2 than play a strategic planning. Reject is kinda bad, but you go to battle with the cards you have, not with the cards you want. And it is the job of this card is to be a 2-drop play for us, right? And we do have a lot of filtering, like these expressive iterations. If any of these 3 expressive iterations find a reject in the mid game, well, it's going to go to the bottom of the library. If we do some learning and we don't have a lesson, we can rummage away the reject. So yes, reject is not a strong card, and I try hard not to play it. I would call it like a D. But the thing with Ds is they're not Fs. Ds are not Fs. They are cards you don't want to play. And when you do play them, you better be able to explain why you're doing it, right? Why are you playing that D, Ryan? And at least I can explain why. I'm not happy about it, but I can explain why. It might even be incorrect. You might say, oh, well, just play this strategic planning then. Cut the reject and just keep doing proactive stuff instead of reactive stuff. And that could be fair too. Because if what I'm looking for is to make sure I'm doing something on 2, I could strategic plan. But strategic plan has no chance to affect the board. Whereas reject does at least muck with your opponent's plan. And generally, a reject in the first 5-6 turns is going to get something. It's only in the 7+ range where this becomes a complete blank, but that's where we can remember that and try and use various tools at our disposal to get rid of it. But yes, one of the possibilities here is that we run the reject, have it in late game, don't have any way to rummage it, and it's a dead card, and we're like, wah wah. So that's the reasoning. One more cut, though. Maybe it's just the reject after all that. But again, I'm reticent to go any lower on 2s, which brings me back to 3s. This Pledge Mage is a tough cast at red. We could just cut the Pledge Mage, but then we're going down to how many base creatures? 9 base creatures plus 10 on the Masterpiece. Nothing else is, like, I guess, expressive, enthusiastic. Our learning can get us stuff. So our learns are more. I guess the learn kind of lets us do creatures. That's true. Double Rutha could even make it a real counter. If we copy it, might actually be able to counter something by saying you need to pay 6. Good call. But I got to cut something. So what's it going to be, Ryan? I think I am going to cut this hard to manage Pledge Mage. It drops us down on creatures, but makes our mana much easier, and 3's pretty loaded anyway. Yeah, it's not even that great on 3, and it's already hard enough to get out on 3. So this looks good to me. Let's add the Biblioplex, which I don't normally do. I don't. Maybe this should be my 18th land. Should this be an 18 lander, and this is our 18th land? But I guess with 3 expressive iterations, I feel like we're going to get our lands. Like we're going to. This is effectively mana fixing in that way, or mana insurance. So I'm going to go ahead and run Biblioplex in 8 of each and export. See how it goes. Let's check it out. DC, thanks for the sub. Appreciate that. 16 months. Thank you, Hat. Round 1 is ready. Let's assume that I'm out of room. These are all my constructed decks, though. All right, that's enough of those. Looks functional, solid, but we passed some crazy stuff. So I don't know what other people are up to. I'm wondering who ended up Silver Quill, if anybody, and how many Witherbloom drafters there are, if above 0. But maybe in my dream, like 3 people fought over Witherbloom, and they all have medium decks because of it. But we passed a lot of powerful things. So Sharpborg, 2nd month on a streak. Give it up, Borg. You will be assimilated. We got the Biblioplex and the Assistant. We got to come up with a name that has to do with library of maybe an Alexandria joke. Like, do we have library of, I don't know, root, maybe a root joke. Will you sit down, Rob? I just got here. My God. Streamer just opens the deck and Rob's like, my lands are first. Yeah, I like it. Fahrenheit. I gotta look at how to spell it, though. Is that right? Do you know that Ray Bradbury, before he was a famous author, was a contestant on the Groucho Marx game show? You can probably go look at that. It's kind of funny to see Ray Bradbury just being a game show contestant with Groucho Marx. Oh, I missed an H. Sorry. Fa. I'm such a bad speller. Especially, I'm a bad speller on easy words, much less something like Fahrenheit. Can't say that word without producing phlegm. Now I will take care of your other stuff. We've got, let's see, Lotus Sleeves for Mama. Shocker. This is the 6-1 prize that chat made me buy. And so I'll mark that complete. Rob says unique full arts as much as possible. Let's see. What's up? Laggy lag? Come on. My computer's not that old and slow. All right, Rob wants unique full arts. Well, this one is pretty unique. I haven't seen this one anywhere else. That looks unique too. Apply styles, and then we're good. What's that, Rob? I don't understand you, Rob. What's Rob saying? He's writing words, but oh well, I'll just play.
All right, pop quiz.
Pop quiz.
Pop quiz.
Pop quiz.
Each unique, but they are. There's only one version of that unhinged land and only one of that other one. So I think I've met your requirements. We're good. Thanks, Rob. I hear you, and I have complied. Each land slot has a unique card in it. Nobody's ever made that card again. So good when I can meet the requests of my viewers. Oops, wait. We are on 40, best of one. Don't ever let it be said that I'm not looking out for Rob and making him happy. I'm all about Rob happiness around here. All right, we can keep this. Nothing to do on 2 yet, but nice setup for Beyond, so we'll keep. Two-drop creature would be the Dream. Dream is over. Isn't Rob lucky? I think Rob's lucky. Come on, Rob. The only thing better than a bunch of disparate, unmatched lands is getting trolled, right? I'm going to play both Spectacle Mages because then we can play this for 5. If Cardlinger doesn't manage to pick off a Spectacle Mage, we get Creative Outburst next turn. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, we got a Lorehold. We knew Lorehold was open-ish, but Cardlinger's like, all right, I'll be the Lorehold player. Thank you. Ooh, let's see what the lesson will be. Environmental sciences, so possibly a splash. Let's see if the science is cast here. Certainly, if you want to have secret strategic discussions on Discord, they're safe from my prying eyes. All right, outburst on 5. Come on, that's sweet. And then get it back with assistant and cast it again on 7. Just doing it now before they are untapped. I suppose I could have waited. Maybe they'd play something better, but we'll go ahead and grab Rutha. Why not go face? Because the game is not close enough to over for me to want to commit to that. You could go face. Like they had a virtual 2 more, right? So let's see if I got into face. They're at 11 right now, but they have a 3-3, and then we go 10, 9, 8, 7. Yeah, I don't know. You could go to face. Maybe I'm overdoing my board control thing, but that's where I was at. And Pigment Storm on the cheap, but maybe we just go ahead, Biblioplex it back. You say get Rutha out, sure. But what about just Biblioplex for the creative outburst, and then we get 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage next turn, which is not 12, I guess. Also, if we put this on top and they manage to kill a Spectacle Mage, we can't cast it. People just want the Rutha play. I can do that. I guess it does demand an answer. Because this is, the trample makes this appealing, right? If this was just board control, I'd be less appealing, but the fact that it's damage to the face too is relevant. But yeah, if Rutha gets picked off, that's fine. We still have our Spectacle Mages, and at 14, I'm going to make him have something to get us dead here. Just take it and see. Yeah, so now I think... Let's see, Rutha copying it. This is dead. 3 trample over. It's not dead, but pretty good to kill this and this, and do the copy thing here. I guess I should have done the Pilgrim. It's the same amount of damage. I was just thinking, my instinct is like not to kill Pilgrims because they come back, but I should have just killed the Pilgrim. That was a mistake to give him an extra point of power since I'm attacking anyway. Enthusiastic study on either mage is lethal, so we're really putting it on Cardlinger to go, ooh, maybe Cardlinger gets us. Hang on. But 4-4 becomes a 5-5 and is still only 8, not 9. All right, with that attack, we should be good because they can block one and we study the other. So GG us. I could do whole stuff, but they're tapped out and we've got it. So I'm not going to overthink this. We're just going to win.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
All right. Starting out the way I like. Saving my hair for the week. And then I'm in a good mood for the rest of the day. I can go 1-6 because I'm not afraid for my hair anymore. I could have controlled that board for, I'm going to say, like 7 more turns. But I decided to win instead. Sorry. Good game, Cardlinger. 1 and 6 works for Mama. She just wants to shop. All right, next up. Timber Trannel. Timber Ho. Switch the basic art for the next game. Oh, that's fair. Oops. Trannel. Finally did what I needed to get to favorite streamer status for Rob. We did it, gang. Well, here's that old Biblioplex saying, do we keep anyway? We got Expressive Iteration, Rutha. We got Heated Debate on 3. I'm going to keep. Greedy. That's all right. We're pulling the island right here. No? Biblioplex is 2 and tap, so there's no point in even playing it till 3rd anyway. Really want to swamp here. I mean, island. Hey, I got what the game heard what I meant, not what I said. So I'm gonna say Timber, show me the removal. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the Rutha. I know she might die, but I like challenging for that because then next turn we can copy an iteration, for example. Gonna put our Rutha at risk and try to make it happen. Not even going to block here. There's just too many things that could make that go wrong when I really would like to copy stuff. Although, it's not a great copy here because we don't get either of the lands played if we do that. There is an argument to be made for not copying anything here, holding up Heated Debate as an instant, and being prepared to copy Heated Debate next turn or Iteration next turn when we can actually at least play one of the lands. So I think we do that, and we don't need more red out, so I'm going to go ahead and play the Biblioplex and at least make them think about it. And I'm going to say no attacks, and I am going to be willing to block this time because now we have the Heated Debate up. Mike just likes draw 2. That's totally fair, and maybe we'll regret this. But actually, I like that a lot, because now we can pick off the Mage Hunter with the Heated Debate. They're just getting some extra lifelink here, right? So no worries there.
Governor Bush?
Strategery.
And here, Hammer said, wait. Yeah, Hammer wanted to copy this. That's fine. I just wanted to copy this. I'm cool with copying the iteration. We don't need to necessarily copy removal to go nuts with Rutha, so that's what I'm going to do. Put Subtraction in hand. 1 on the bottom, 1 in exile. Oh, I should have swung first. I'm just getting eager. You know me. Sometimes I miss attacks like that because I'm like, yay, let's do the thing. It's the thing, everybody. We're going to do the thing. Then, oops. Spectacle Mages. This is a lot of good stuff, but we're only just drawing one of these. Then that's it. I'm not missing a chance to control the board. I missed an attack. That's completely different, Rob. Missing a chance to lower my opponent's life total from 20 towards 0? Of course, that happens all the time. I did not miss a chance to control the board. Mage versus Barry is the question. I guess we have Assistant to get back and duplicate removal, so let's get some action. And then we'll leave the Barry in the library. Oh wait, I meant to put the that's the whole thing of oops, I wanted Barry somewhere in the library, but it probably doesn't matter all that much. So, looks like Tranel's stuck on colors. We want to punish Tranel for the color screw here. Don't have sweetest tools to do so, but we can go Spectacle Mage Rutha again, and then get to potentially copy a creative outburst down the road. Or maybe we just copy iteration again. You like playing with the board and holding Rutha? That's fair. We could hold Rutha. I guess I figure if Tranel had the ability to kill Rutha, she would already be dead. Gotta stop the lifelink has been called. I don't know if we gotta, and I'm still worried about blocking here because of like Lash. So I'm not gonna expose this to Lash, although I guess if they had Lash, they would have used that on the Mage. So Lash seems unlikely. I'm gonna be risky here and block. Because they didn't, I think if they had Lash, we would have seen that previously. So what are we doing this turn? We can, I kind of like copy iteration again. That's going to use 4 total mana, and then we'll have 3 left over that we can Pledge Mage with, and then Pledge Mage puts on a good block. Pledge Mage holds Subtraction, also interesting. We could dupe Subtraction. Yeah, maybe we just want to dupe Subtraction. Exactly. They would not have used Flunk if they had Lash. That's why I felt it was safe to block there. All right, I like the getting defensive. That Subtraction idea appeals to me. And I'll attack, since I'm not going to be blocking with Rutha when we got Pledge Mage. Yeah, that would have been incredible if they like showed the Flunk to get me to block to get Rutha with the Lash. But I think that would be fancy play on Timber. If it had worked, it would have been wow, but it still would have kind of been fancy play syndrome, right? So do we subtract to get Learnin'? Brings Rutha back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can't, an 8th mana doesn't let us copy Creative Outburst. Obviously, copying Creative Outburst would be nice. And right, we can already iterate an attack. So I think let's do it. I'm gonna do it. And I'm gonna copy it. And I'm going to get an Elemental Summoning. And a Spirit Summoning might actually be able to go... Now, Rutha copy is a ways off on like next turn for that. I kind of like getting some removal, although we have Creative Outburst for just about anything. Maybe it's just Introduction here. Yeah, Quill for getting the Quill. All right, I'll take some catch-all removal just to have that on hand. And then, yes, we can Rutha. If we Rutha, we have 4 left, so we can Rutha copy iteration. But I kind of like iteration, don't bother with a copy, and then just summoning, and we can save Rutha again. Or, I don't know how... Rutha is complicated. She's so powerful, but she creates so many choices. It can be difficult to just even figure out what your best path is. I'm going to do a no Rutha iteration to start. And I do think they have the order on this wrong. Maybe I guess it's just going on the order of the card. I just wonder why they wrote the rules on the card that way. They should have gone use, don't use, right? Anyway, just a little side comment on design there. So now if we Rutha, we don't have anything to dupe this turn. I don't like doing that then. I kind of like... swing away, see if there's any kind of block. We might just Enthusiastic Study here even, but maybe just make an elemental summoning. So I see why they did it in the UI the way they did. I just don't know why they wrote it on the card that way, I guess. Yeah, let's just make it 4/4, right? Well, what do we want to Biblio back? I would rather Biblio back a Creative Outburst. So I'm looking to Outburst before Assistant. Oh, the land. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I hear you. Like, yeah, we could actually do this thing that we drafted and put in our deck. So, shall we? Sure. Why not? I don't know. I'm just doing stuff now. I want to do this. And what do we do when it's not? You may reveal it and put it in your hand. If you don't put the card in your hand, you may put it into your graveyard. No, we'll take the... Wait. Oh, decline. Wait, do we draw that? It's not instant or sorcery, though, right? But we can't. It's not a instant or sorcery. I know. I was just trying. Like, I didn't understand what the choice meant. Like, there was nothing. What action did something besides send this to the graveyard? Is my question. I was just confused at what I was even choosing between. Choice A, put your Pillar Drop Warden in the graveyard. Choice B, put your Pillar Drop Warden in the graveyard, right? Decline to put it in graveyard. If I had accepted, what would have happened? Or did I? That's what I mean. I don't understand. I couldn't quite process the difference between those two choices. Back on your deck. Okay. I obviously didn't parse that card well. Let's go send in our 4/4. Actually, maybe we could go Pop Quiz and then send in both with Enthusiastic Study ready. I like that. Rutha can wait.
All right, Pop Quiz.
Pop quiz.
Pop quiz.
Pop quiz. Hot shot. Now what do you do?
And we could rummage here as well. But more action seems fine. I'll just take another Spirit Summoning, or another summoning. And if they're going to give us this, maybe I just go for big damage here. No, I guess I can play Rutha. That's fine. We'll play Rutha after. I let the auto tapper get me, but I was always going to play Rutha anyway. Well, Channel has a Witherbloom deck. We knew there was a missing color here. I don't know if the we kind of presumed it was probably Witherbloom with all the quality we passed in that particular campus, in that college. And we're going to say no blocks here, even though Rutha has been safe on this block previously. Now we got green in the mix, and we've got a doubled creative outburst that I'm just not going to pass on. So I instinctively went for board control before when casting creative outburst, but doubling, we could put him to 9 right now, plus an attack. 8, 7, 6, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. They go to 2 if they don't block. And then, although they can go virtual 4, and then we go to 11, there's a crackback. That's true. We can get the bat. I like that. Let's split them. Good call, Radiantware. Although, I don't know. Why am I even doing that? Why don't I just get them both? I don't know. 12, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, they take 12. That's pretty good. All right, I'm going to do it Radiantware style. You convince me. Almost missed the copy there. So, here we go. Face or Fnatic. I am going to go... Oh, but Fnatic just gets life back right away. I'm going board control. I can't help it. It's what I do. You say the 2/2 life is nothing, Siriana, but then what's the point of going to the face? We get 3 instead of 5? Like, I don't know. It's not nothing. Debate, yeah, is what we want. I like debate so we can take out the Spectre. Yeah, it's not that this was some amazing threat, but it's like, why are we going to the face for damage if we're going to leave around a lifelinker that's going to recover that damage? That was my thinking. Channel cast Snakeskin Veil, which prevented the activation. And Woe Eater has this sacrifice trigger, but it's not a death trigger, right? So if we just exile it or whatever, that's fine. They would draw a card. Oh yeah, I owe you. Oh yeah, whoa. Whoa. Where is it? Oh yeah, it's No Clock Friday.
Don't know about the future.
Yeah. So let's see. 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11. Rutha 10, 9, 8. 7, 6 for the copy. So we can copy up to 6 mana. So we could copy the Annihilation, just annihilate both of these and keep going in. Yeah, we could also just not even bother Ruthaing here. Like, you want to get super value, but there comes a time where you can just go for it. All right, let's do this. And, yeah, I'm going to do... Let's just... I don't need to copy stuff. I think we are... I like just getting on here with the aggression. And then this hand is stacked. I mean, if we get stuff discarded, that would be bad. But not even. Like, if Trannel spends this time discarding now, we're still in good shape. It's a lot of mana left open. Not sure what trick is being represented here. If I study first, we can attack with the Pledge Mage. And then Rutha does let us double study, so yeah, let's do that. And I'm going to cast it now so that we can attack with the Pledge Mage. And we'll go put it on the 3-2 and the 3-3. Or let's see, do we want... Maybe we just want more trample. Put it on the 4-4 is maybe more damage. No, let's see. I guess we want it on the big one. And sure, we'll take that. And Historian is a good rummage. Also a reasonable play, to be honest, but we're going to play Rutha again. If this doesn't win the game. Feels like something's dying here. Oh, maybe it's Timber. All right, it's Timber.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
Oh, Rutha. Rutha is powerful, but it kind of hamstrings my brain. I don't know if you all feel that way too, but like there are so many options late game with Rutha that it can be challenging. And a lot of it is like all roads lead to victory, but it's not quite that. That's the thing. You can really screw up your sequencing with Rutha or your prioritization with what you're copying and end up giving away a game you should have won. And I felt pretty loosey-goosey about how I was Ruthaing that game. She's so powerful that sometimes like you just copy anything and you're going to get away with it. But I hardly think that I Rutha'd perfectly there. I think Rutha is just very forgiving because copying anything is such value. I said maybe. Come on, it's not like I said, oh, Timber's dead. I said maybe. And then he was, so there. So there. Next up. Go check my list. Prof Wright. Prof is one of your heavy meme generators for this format. Thank you, Prof. Don't push your luck, Rob. I'll show you to D's corner. I'm out of coffee. There's no coffee in that, Ryan. If you put it to your lips, nothing's going to happen except you have some object on your lips. What the heck? It just asked us to verify that food was an acceptable word. What is with you kids today? Is food now like mean something? Timber, you did well given how stuck on colors you were there. But this is one of those decks that like takes a while to really flex itself. So it kind of gave you a little bit of time to get back in there. And I feel like I did not pressure you properly. Like I don't know if you caught my end of game talk, but I was saying that, I mean, Ruth is just so good, you can misplay her and still win games, but I was not feeling confident about my Rutha choices.
Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet.
So, we were talking about, would we play Iteration as a, effectively a 2-drop play just to cycle through? We could. We do have Bury and Heated for next turn, so it's like we have stuff we can be doing. Well, it's a Witherbloom deck. Like I was saying, I was hoping that like 3 people were in Witherbloom and they all had medium decks. I think we can pass. I think you're right. Let's be greedy. I mean, we're not going to iteration next turn either. We're likely in a books or debate, but we can iteration the turn after that, or even on turn 4, whatever. Field trip.
I'll turn this damn bus around. That'll end your precious little field trip pretty damn quick, huh?
Certainly a powerful card for Prof, but I at least am happy that Prof didn't add pressure to the board here. So now our question is, I think we play Spectacle Mage because then Bury in Books becomes a 2-drop against attackers, and then next turn we can go Expressive Iteration into a land into Bury. You want to hold back Poet? We'll see. I mean, we just bury the Poet, and then it's a bad draw in a couple turns. I like iteration, hold Bury. We'll see. Hold Bury, and we can just straight up kill the Inkling. Oh, and then we have Reject up as well. So all... Oh, shoot, and then I screwed up with by playing a land. I was not supposed to play a land. Now I actually want to wait, because we drew a 2-drop anyway, so now we can Bury and Reject. I could also do the pillar drop, but yeah, I totally screwed up. I just did a hasty land play when with Expressive Iteration, the whole point is to play a land out of the iteration. And I'm going to correct my mistake by doing something else. And yeah, let's just play Warden. It stops both of Oppo's threats, and if they take... I'm going to leave back the Mage, and if they do kill the Warden, I think I'll trade the Mage off, because then next turn we get Iteration, find a land, and still have Bury and Reject. And slow your roll, Ryan. If you draw a land, don't throw it on the battlefield. Think about your darn iteration. Well, we now have a great plan for the Bury in Books, and Oppo did not attack into the pillar drop, so that's good as well. We're gonna try to do the iteration play properly this time. Outburst in hand, and Pigment Storm is double red, so we'll take extra red. Except I screwed up again. I do that wrong every time. Man, gets me every time. Let's take extra red, he says, not taking extra red. We could play a Historian, but all 3 of these are instants, so it's nice to hold all these instants. And really what we're planning to do here is bury the 6/6, right? Fortunately, that land choice didn't matter much. It was just like, I guess I'll lean red. But man, if I had like desperately needed red and had screwed that up, yikes, I got lucky. I'm going to bury before blocks. Although I suppose if... yeah, in case they do something crazy to its power, it gives me a chance to potentially chump. I don't think there's a world in which I chump, but I'm going to bury before blocks. Pigment Storm is big enough for that, but so is Creative Outburst. Let's just do that, right? Outburst on the Archivist and see what's coming. Could also hold Reject. Although Reject is getting more and more useless. That was our concern. We're running a D-level card here. We had our reasons, but we're not happy about this card being in the deck. I'm going to Outburst, though. Yeah, that's true. Pigment Storm lets us hold up a counter. I like that. Good call. We should do that. You're right. This is the bigger, powerful, better spell or whatever, so it's tempting to want to do this and get the extra card, but I like your reasoning a lot, Radiantware. So let's kill the Archivist with Pigment Storm and give you a meme for the purposes.
Buenos dias, children.
Drake. They're not going to reject that. But maybe they tap out for something else? Maybe? No. Iteration, we'll start there again. And I'm going to read. I'm not even going to read. I'm just going to remember. It's the last thing I click that goes into exile, Ryan. The last click is your exile. Well, we'll take the Bibliopex to hand, and then it won't matter. Well, I could read, but that seems like a stretch. Historian, hold up, debate, and reject. And then we can hold up both of these. That seems fine. This reject is showing why we don't like it, though. It's really useless at this point in the game. This is why you don't want to run it. This is the floor that you don't want to experience with the cards. But we had the deck needs that we had. I think we just take one here. I'm not feeling the need to do anything about that Drake yet. Because just wait for something like Rutha, and then we have... How much left after? 5 left over, so we can copy the heated debate? Yes, please. We'll leave the Pillar Drop Warden back and send the Mage over and offer the Historian. I am I kind of abandoned my first watch through of Community. I watched Community's half of the first season of Community when it first came out and then fell off of it. But I recognize that it's a quality show and have been meaning to get back to it. All right, and here's where we're just going to... Well, with Rutha and the study, I was just going to creative outburst, but enthusiastic study says we could Rutha and double up on that. I like that because we can go Rutha, and if they don't fall for the fantastic enthusiastic study, from here it looks like fantastic. Then we have the historian backup plan. Yeah, we could still do it anyway. An extra 6, 7, 8, and 9. We get him to 9, and are we out? Is this the one we're out of? Oh no, we have summonings again. That was last game, so we could go get. Yeah, we'll just pass because I have the historian play. We're not up against it here against a 2/3 and 2 unknown cards. And we have a lot of action. Outbursting doubled, if we ever get there, is game winning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, if basic land off the top, we can copy a creative outburst. Yeah, Community's in that vein, right? Office, Parks and Rec. $30 Rock. I can already do it? Oh yeah, Spectral Mage. Sorry, I forgot about the Mage. We can already do it. No, we don't need a land. I forgot Mage is reducing the cost. So we're already there. And we're gonna kill... I guess we could just almost win. That was a place where we could have copied reject, but they still would have been able to pay for it. So I'll do this. So we have the creative outburst. We also have double enthusiastic study on potential blocks. So maybe we just send in everything but Rutha and see how blocks want to go, right? Or we go 5 to face, kill the blocker. They're at 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. That's not dead. And if we send in and they don't block with Zimone, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then double outburst, they're dead. So let's just send everything but Rutha and decide on the fly whether we want to copy study. Or we can send Rutha too, I guess. It's kind of a feint. Rutha's going to be in our hand almost no matter what. But I suppose if they let everything through, Rutha's 1 more point of damage before we outburst. But at that point, it doesn't matter in terms of lethal. Yeah, they're at a virtual 17. But 10 here is still 3, 4. Oh, yeah, so they would stay at 1. What about enthusiastic study on... Well, nah. Yeah, that's right. We can kill in response. Good call. Phil all over it. Oh, anybody? Yeah, Phil. Looks like Phil had the kill and response idea first. I like it. Ought to be good enough here. Well thought, Phil. Well thought. I'm the expert here. Shut up. I'm real good at Magic the Gathering, and I do it right every time. Nothing gets by me.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby,
Well, here
how
we
you
are at
feeling?
3-0 again, so let the losing begin. I would note that I've beaten 2 Witherbloom decks, which is what we were afraid of, but it is possible then that, yes, indeed, maybe 3 people were in Witherbloom and fighting over it, and they have weaker decks as a result. I'll be curious to see how many people are playing green-black. We've seen 2. Mama's dejected, lost her possibility of shopping. You gotta stay here and root for your team to still come back and win, Mama. It was pretty rude, Prof. I'm not gonna lie, but I blame Phil, who's the one who said just wait till he activates and then then do it. So thanks, Phil. I think we had you anyway, but Phil's like, how about have him right now? Nobody expects 10 to the face. My chief weapon is surprise. Just surprise. Oh yeah, what was your sweeper plan? Did you have that 8? We saw that we'd passed like 2 of those 8 mana destroy everythings. I think we had a pretty good recovery plan from that even. Yeah. Yeah, there were 2 of those, so I've been keeping those in mind. I forgot to keep it in mind there, honestly. I should have remembered that 8 mana sweepers in black are out there. Well, Rutha has been our MVP. We're going to keep the double Rutha, even though it's somewhat of a mulligan. It also just says, like, all right, here's first Rutha. Oh, you had the removal? Here's second Rutha. Why is Rob listing the names of lands? weird. Rob's weird. Fits right in around here. Not really going to play Dean of Perfection basically ever. I think if this is a 5-mana spell, we talked about that before. Well, Rutha's a good play here, even as a blocker. Then next turn we get Spectacle Mage into Dean into Masterpiece on 6 if everything lives. Not that everything lives. But yeah, with backup Rutha, I'm going to go ahead and trade for Trick here. Let's see. I could just block here, and it probably wouldn't be trade for Trick. Like, this smells like +2. But again, we have an extra Rutha, so I'm going to do it. Trade for Trick is fine. Sasaki might have thought that we were not going to risk Rutha with a block here as well. No, that's it. The plan enabled. So we, on the sense, traded for a Trick, but it was not a good trade because they fully replaced. So we kind of got 2 for 1 there. Good play from Oppo. And now do I want to iterate or just get some interaction on board? I don't think we have the room to iterate here, but we can go Rutha and see if they got anything more for Rutha blocks. We can go Spectacle Mage and literally look to trade for Orator or Token. If we do that, we slow our roll on Masterpiece, but that could be okay. We're looking to drop this on 5 anyway and make a 4/4 that further holds this board. Don't hate the 4/4? What do you mean? I mean, I looking forward to casting this, but I got to figure out what to do this turn. Yeah, it's 5-drop. 5-drop, or I'd be totally down with that. Let's play Mountain and Spectacle Mage, and then I can decide. I think I want to trade off Spectacle Mage, though, if given the chance. Oh, interesting. Good point. Iteration works with Dean from casting stuff from Exile. What's more important to try and trade for? The 3/2 easy, vanilla token, or the 2/2 that gets better as Oppo plays more cards? I think I'm going to take out the Orator. It's by far the better card, yes, but this does more immediate damage, right? I'm going to go for the better card, but it was a decision. Aggro Lorehold getting it done against us right now. We really need this 4/4 to stabilize. And there's the flyer that we're worried about. Back foot against aggro Lorehold is proven very difficult for us here, and now we're kind of on Dean or bust. They play the Inkling and get in for 2, but if they can't manage the Dean, we stabilize. If they do manage the Dean, we're done here. We're just so dead. Siriana hasn't actually. We could go Iteration Rutha or something, if that should mean, but I don't see how we do anything but this right now. So I'm going to do it. Oh, I see. I thought you might be suggesting a different play, but I can't see a different play here. It's about the Dean. Comes down. This happens in Magic a lot. It can be tough to see sometimes in the moment, but like games swing on the one that, removal or not. Removal here, we're just dead. No removal here, we got a game. And we got a block, too, if they swing away. somewhat of a desperation removal, but the Dean demands it. At least we get to trade with something after if they go for that. Ooh, Pillar Drop Warden is kind of what we need, but I think we should iterate, look for land, and then play the... Oh, wait, we have land. We have land if we miss. So I like iteration into Pillar Drop. Iteration into Pillar Drop. Let's see here. And in hand, we want a Spectacle Mage to add to the air. Enthusiastic Study is nice, but just another flyer blocker, too hard to pass up on this board. Then this one goes into my library, which is going to be the Enthusiastic Study. And then this one goes here. We go like this and like this. Fenner just likes the pigment. I can't pass up the free card. I don't know. Yeah, it's true. I guess we're just dead then, huh? But no, we're not, we're not just dead because we do get another blocker. We go to 1. Oh, we go to 0. Wah, wah. Well done. Aggro Lorehold gets it. Comeback started. Good game. I didn't prioritize the right things there, Toski. I think a better player at least has another turn or two to try and stabilize. Were we on the... I think we were on the... Yeah, I didn't do anything till 3. That's where not doing anything till 3 was quite painful for us. Those are the other things you don't quite remember by the time you're losing the game, right? But the game was heavily put in jeopardy against aggressive Lorehold by not doing anything until turn 3. I'm worried about Rob. He's just been listing the names of basic lands like it means something. Are you okay, Rob? We had a nice start here, though. These iterations are going to be perfect on a low land start with the Pledge Mage, because we can find our lands and attack and. Could go heated debate here. But I actually do, I like the iteration. I'm going to still iterate. We have time to debate that thing. And let's go Rutha to hand. Creative Outburst to library and land to exile. And swing in. And here we go. We were wondering if that was going to be the case. Third Witherbloom play. Like, we passed so much quality Witherbloom, but it put 3 other players into it, which explains why Silverquill was effectively undrafted. If there's anybody who shows me a base Silverquill deck, I have questions, because I don't understand how we got some of the cards we did if there's anybody in base Silverquill. So, Now I like getting a little bit greedy here. And playing Rutha in an attempt to double up the heated debate next turn. And if it doesn't work, we do heated debate one of these two next turn and it's still okay. And we do have a blocker threatened behind. So I'm going to go with the Rutha play here. Asking if you have it. Don't let me untap with Rutha. Although I need to draw a land too. Maybe that was a reason not to go with this play. It does require a basic land off the top. There's that Putrefy, one of the reasons we thought there might be a lot of Witherbloom players around. This is a... I feel like we're going to run into a trick, but we got to bleed them of their stuff in hand and then try to use our remaining power to crawl back in. Mike says no block. Why not? Why not block, Mike? What's your... We can't block this, and this... I mean, I assume we trade for something, but the hand looks good behind. Yeah, but we'll do that later. I don't care. I'm doing it my way. I'm happy to trade for their whatever. Did find the land, but lost the Rutha. Although now, hold on, Ryan, stop! You've got 3 expressive iterations in your deck, Ryan. Stop! All right, I stopped. Let's do that. Expressive iteration and go from there. We're gonna... What do we want? We got removal, so we can keep the Dean and the island. So we're gonna put the Dean in hand. Pigment Storm in library and island to play. The land thing? Oh, I instinctively want to play lands just because, you know, I'm trying to... Also, I play slow, right? So I try to do some of the things quickly, but I can do some of the things quickly to my own detriment. And I did not want to play a land when iteration allows you to play a land as an extra card. So I'm fighting my own reflexes here. And right now, though, I'm going to debate this researcher before untapping, you know, just get it dead. Very nice. Very nice. We don't have lands to play from that now, although if I popped quiz, it would matter. So I just need to hold and not hastily dump out lands. We could go debate Barry. I like debating the Zoomancy and then Barry. Well, I guess this just comes back and they can play it for 5. You just like going with Dean. We are at 16. This is a big smack, though. We play the Dean, we're going to 7. Whereas we could remove here and follow up with the Dean later. It costs them all their mana. I'm like, I'm going to do the Dean... I'm going to do the debate books play and follow with the Dean after. I did it
And in
my
conclusion,
way.
may I please remind you that it does not say RSVP on the Statue of Liberty.
Also, I owe you a professor meme.
Welcome, Professor.
To the pop quiz.
Good afternoon, Dr. Jones.
That's Professor Snape.
Give me some skin, bruh.
Debate pop quiz, says Scott. I like the pop quiz too, but if I can bury the Groff, I'm going to do it. Suddenly my nose is running. What's up with that? Am I getting sick? I haven't been sick in like 2 years now. Knock on bamboo. pest summoning. They didn't bother attacking. That's fine with me. If they oh, except I should have pop quizzed. Somehow I clicked waiting to see the attack, and then I was passing my turn. So inadvertent mistake there. But I'm fine with that because we get to ask the question now: can you deal with this highly expressive Dean? And I'm going to save the subtraction here over playing Pledge Mage. If they send in, I'm going to block. I'm hoping that down to one card they were out of removal. Boo Werns. Well, I'm still going to subtract so we don't take a ton of damage, but they got our Dean. And what do we need? I guess a summoning is going to be fine. Puts a big body on board that can trade with either of these right now. Well, they were down to one unknown card, and I put them on a test to have removal, and they had it. Now we're on Pop Quiz / Barry. I'm going to try to make a straight trade here. Because now we can pop quiz it. I mean, maybe, but when I've got an opponent down to one card in hand and I've been playing killable things the whole way, I'm going to tend to make him have it.
All right, pop quiz.
Pop quiz.
Pop quiz.
Pop quiz. Hot shot. Now what do you do? What do you do?
I'm just going to take the spirit so that we can block a... well, technically we can block both of these, but I'm expecting the Pledge Mage to get bigger on us. So let's get a 3/3, a 3/2, and then we have Bury and Reject. I just did the prof meme and it's pretty long, so I've declined to do it again. But, well, we're just in kind of mutual top deck mode here. Let's see who finds something more powerful. Oh yeah, spirit meme though you get. That's just a miss.
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
It's showtime.
We could go ahead and bury, like, the Pledge Mage, but it might get even bigger. We got a ton of mana. They're not attacking us. I'm going to wait. We're flooding a bit, too. Looks like we're both getting more mana than we want. I'm going to keep... We have so much card draw, I'm going to keep playing my lands, though. Mianthral's already played around Bury, so we should assume that Mianthral, like, knows we have Bury. I forget, who's Mianthral? I know Mianthral is one of the regulars, but goes by a different screen name in chat. I just am forgetting the... Is it Fenrir? Who's Mianthral? Same name, really? I thought I know there's some that have different names. I guess I'm conflating viewers. Well, there you go. That starts to be real good for us. Since we can bury Rutha even if we needed to. I'm going to wait, though, and do it at the end of their turn. I could do it now. But yeah, let's just keep up the double reject. That's a good point. We could do bury, and then the double reject happens right after. So definitely the Pledge Mage, copying the bury, and we can either put the Zoomancy away or kill a token. We put the Zoomancy away, they get to eventually make another token, but we get to counter it. One of them, I'm going to do the real threats so that we can do some attacking. And I'm going to go ahead and iterate and copy, and we still get to hold up reject, and we'll still have the reject for, we might even be able to replay Rutha here. Anyway, I'm just going to do this. Start here. Hand. Library. Exile. Hand. Oh, maybe I was supposed to actually put Pillar Drop Warden in exile since we could cast it. Yeah, I might have done that wrong, but all still seems good anyway. And I'm going to go Rutha and Historian on the strength of the idea that reject, even if they come up with a creature, we know what's coming. We got these two coming up next. We don't know what this one is, but if it's a creature, we're not going to be able to counter it. So I'm going to go ahead and tap out. Definitely not countering that creature.
Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet.
Although this is interesting, because we get Biblioplex, we get Pillar Drop. And Reject is a little annoying. Yeah, I'm going to counter, like, I might reject the Pledge Mage, but not copy it so that our hand is empty. Or maybe, can we empty the hand while Rutha's return is on the stack and Plex in response? Can we do that? Do you see what I'm saying? We put reject on the stack, we copy it, and then with the Rutha copy but not back in hand yet, we activate Biblioplex? Yeah, I think that works, right? Yeah, all right. So that works. And I'm going to go ahead and offer these. No, it doesn't work? I should read the card. Oh yeah, it's a cost to return to hand. Got it. You all are right. Since the cost is returning to hand before any of that stuff happens, Ruth is already back in hand. But yes, we can put reject on the stack, then activate the Biblioplex, then copy the Rutha, right? So it still works, I just got to do it the right way. And I still am going to attack with those two. I'm also going to remember that one of the outs that Meanthril is probably drawing to is that 8-mana Wrath, so we could get Wrathed. Another good reason to have Rutha and a spell available if you can just get Rutha back in hand. Oh, well, they might not be able to pay with double if they do two things, but you're like, who knows what this is? But yes, you're right. Even 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they can still pay, so it doesn't really matter. You're right. Just don't even copy it, but just get it out of hand. In fact, maybe we can go, let's see, 4, 8, 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, we're one away from being able to do it all. But yes, this is just to get it out of hand so that we can activate Biblioplex. I'm gonna do this now, take a look. Maybe it's something else. Okay, so now I understand. Yes is graveyard, decline is on top. Do we want to draw that? It's action. It's not great action, but it's gonna be on board. We can play it and then Biblioplex. So I'm gonna decline and keep it on top. That's true. But we know what's coming, so we don't need to Biblioplex anymore. Just draw. And playing this out. I'm going to activate this now in case it provides us something we want to do this turn. I'm going to decline to put it in the graveyard since I want to draw that, but it's not a spell. Maybe I'm supposed to get something with a warden now. We got... Oh, that's library. I don't want to look at that. Let me look at... Trying to look at my graveyard. Heated debate. If we have 7, if we spend 2, yeah, actually spend 2 to get back heated debate and copy it seems fine here. Oops. Yeah, get back Barry. You like Barry? That's true. We do need to get him dead too, but nothing to swing with here. Let's get back something. Yeah, I want to go super wide. We might face that Wrath, but I think we got it. Like, I like the point that we need to try and win here. We can get the 3 and copy it. All right, let's do that. Because we need to try to get him dead. And we got the Biblioplex assistant to set up even more next turn. So let's get board presence this turn. The idea of getting this one is we can copy it with Rutha right now. So now, assistant, putting burn on top or some sort of removal.
¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Me llamo T-Bone, la araña discoteca.
Bury or debate. Reburying them and doubling up that draw denial seems really good, but just killing them also seems pretty good. But bury in books also puts that 8 mana Wrath farther away if it's in their library somewhere. I'm going to take the bury because of that. And then we can play Rutha. And we know that we can draw the berry if we need to. Draw and cast berry with no Rutha. We can do that at instant speed, though. So, like, maybe Meanthril will miss it or something. I like sending 2... Maybe we just send all. Well, ensuring that our creatures live to attack them to 0 is how we win. And basically, the difference, you're saying, like, why are you worried about board control, or, you know, like, not losing? Well, I'm worried about, I'm just wondering, in order to win, we're going to need to clear some blockers. Do we want to clear blockers with bury, or do we want to clear blockers with burn? And I am saying I want to clear blockers with bury because of the impact it has on them digging for a potential Wrath. All right, so I am going to send all, though, and... They can trade away what they want to for this. And we can decide. We actually have a lot of options. We can grab the berry and cast it. We can just make a historian token and do the berry stuff on draw. Bookworm is interesting. It's going to get him life and a card, but we are going to be able to bury it. This makes me want to make the historian here and double the berry with Rutha on Bookworm and something else. We also know kind of what's coming. We got Creative Outburst around the corner, so we kind of like have him at a virtual 6 in that way. Well, we can do now to draw this and get a free card, or we can get a free card that's a 3/2. So like either Historian or Barry both does some good stuff. But let's get the Barry. Yeah, we could do Biblio and Upkeep, but it's too late. I've done it now. It's fine. Masterpiece is cool. What about doubling Masterpiece? Except I think we do that later. We gotta double the berry for sure. Now, if we target the Bookworm first, does that go third from the top in the end? I think it does, right? So we want to do that. I like the 4/4s, but the 7/7s... Oh, no, I did it in the wrong order. They get the 7/7 first. Shoot, I screwed it up. I tried to figure it out and then did it wrong. Magic's deck stacking is tough. And then we get the Masterpiece anyway? That's cool. I say do your worst. Alright, that was enough. Woo! Again, I feel like I'm not playing optimally at all, but Rutha is just so good that when you suboptimally play Rutha, the value is just still so powerful you can get there anyway. I'll give you a hair toss, but...
do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
I have secured the week, chat. Good games, all. Now let's see how far ahead I can get on the format win-loss record. Next up in the Gauntlet, Ferocious Fox. That's Chill Fox in chat. So I guess we understand that Chill Fox is chill when it comes to chat, but when it comes to playing Magic the Gathering, ferocious. Mike with the big gambles. Foxy. Here we go. Solid keep, loving this. Pledge Mage into the double iteration is going to set us up for a long game that should be pretty good. Says what Mike thinks about my first pack. To be fair, we passed a great looking Witherbloom deck and had a medium looking start to a Prismari pile. Whoa! I think this is like the first time I've completely bricked on lands with an iteration. I know it's possible. It's just never happened to me before. We're going to take Rutha, though. Seems like a perfectly reasonable thing. I guess we will put Barry back in the library and say goodbye to the iteration. It matters a little bit in that we would slightly like Barry to show up versus iteration late. Yeah, Barry as our last card could actually win us a game. Iteration as our last card would never do anything. Although I can't remember if we got shuffle effects. I don't think we have shuffle effects. Iteration here could find a 2-drop we could then play. Rutha land sets up iteration copy next turn, except it doesn't because I need to play the land first to copy it. Oh, no, actually it does. It would work, right? We could, that would work. That would work. So I think I go Rutha, play land, see if they can kill Rutha. If they can't kill Rutha, we get to double express our iterations. We get to iterate a bunch. Hat thinking 20-minute timers can contain me. Harmonize, sweet card. This looks like it's going to be a resource-heavy affair here. But I'm going to keep with the plan. We're going to iterate, copy, and go to Value Town, we hope. It's not huge Value Town because we do get one. We only get to play one land. Like, we're not going to get to do 2 things from the sideboard, but I'm still going to do it. It's just one. It's an extra draw, but it's worth it, right? I mean, I'm still going to do it. What's our alternative? We can go land, mage, do it once, or you like just mage here and not even cast the iteration? I could see not copying it, but I don't see not casting it. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to do iteration mage and not copy the mage. Maybe we find a 2 to play instead even. Well, looks like we're going to find a 2 to play instead anyway. So we're going to put Heated... We have a mage here. We're going to put Heated Debate in hand, Pledge Mage in exile, and cast the Pledge Mage. Although we have 3, we could just cast the Spectacle Mage. What do you think? Spectacle Mage or Pledge Mage? I guess Spectacle Mage is better. Let's get Spectacle Mage. So Debate in hand. Pledge Mage to library. Mage to board. So I whiffed on lands twice with iteration, but it's working out. And sure, I'll attack both. They can double block, and I'll trade 1 for 1 on Pledge Mage, my 2-drop for their effective 3-drop, or we get some extra damage in, and they can attack with a Mathematician, and we can consider a block on the 1/1. This, I guess I didn't need to attack. It was an easy biomath block. This would be better as a blocker. The thing is, I don't like blocking with Rutha, so...
All right, everyone. Chill.
Reasonable turn, but they did not kill Rutha, so we're fine. No debate here.
And in conclusion, may I please remind you that it does not say RSVP on the Statue of Liberty.
We have not, but to be fair, we have never had reject in the mode that it was in our deck for, which is up on turn 2. Yeah, I don't know. I have a hard time passing up 2-for-1s when Rutha's still alive and stuff, but maybe your patience would have been a better result. I like Rutha Spectacle Mate. Yeah, I don't know how much I'm supposed to be trying to hold up a reject here. It just doesn't feel... Oh yeah, we could have done it at instant speed, it's true, but I also like, you know, they were tapped out. I like Rutha Spectacle Mage here. Might get countered. They have 5 cards and kept up all their mana. Maybe they have a reject that we could pay for. Let's find out. Uh-oh. Looks like I'm not the only... Oh, nice! Value Town, Fox. Love it. Come on. Come on! How can you not love that? I love that. And it is all part of what I was saying is the thing that Wizards is doing a lot better in the last 5 years, which is just given so much fuel to limited players that we're casting stuff all the time. Fox has 9 mana. What do you bet they can spend all of it this turn? That's a start. Rutha down, reject up. No real action though, although we get 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We do not get copy reject if we play the assistant. We could play the historian and then we'd have copy the reject, but I'd rather, since they haven't shown the ability to deal with Rutha, we really should just get a heated debate back and dupe that up. So, and I'll just play the historian then. Could offer the mage here. Again, as usual, I didn't think through combat. I was just like, because what happens is I feel like, oh, we're not attacking this turn. There's no attack. So let's, and then like, wait, well, there may have been attacks. And in fact, I think there is, in the sense that cost reduction from mage, not as important to me as if they want to trade the waterfall area list, that's fine. And we have the assistant back to trade as well. So I am going to offer this. But should have offered before I did everything. Don't be like me. Figure out your attack as well as your whole play for the turn, and then do your stuff.
All right, pop quiz.
Pop quiz.
Pop quiz.
Pop quiz. Hot now, what do you do?
I considered it briefly an animosity, but it didn't feel like anything we could get out of double iteration is going to be better than double removal. This is scary, especially for light damage like us, but we can if we want. Ah, there you go. They finally got Rutha dead. All right, now this is a real contest. Well, we don't have Barry. Yeah, Barry's down here. That's true. But I thought we had double heated, but we no longer do. Now it's like try to win in the air before this gets us on the ground. Yeah, it's a worry, but what are you going to do about it, right? So now we go heated debate on the flyer and get in the air, start chumping on the ground, and see if we can draw out of it. Hey, look, I'm going to remember this too. Look, it says includes by the ward ability. Includes. So I can decide to not play. I'm going to decline. I'm going to decline to pay. Watch this. I don't pay. Hey, it worked anyway, because it says that right on the card. That is an appropriate set of sleeves for sure. How about one more creature of 4 or greater mana? I'm going to chump, and eventually we get the 3/2 out of it. We may need to come up with a ground force that can gang block, like one more point of power, and we can put Pledge Mage, Historian. Oh man, you gotta be kidding me. Reject is so bad. We put it in and we knew it was bad. We put it in because we wanted our 2s shored up, but this is the problem with it, right? This is the problem with it. It's bad. So now I like Pigment Storm on the Vortex Runner so we don't lose to that. We could also, yeah, if we could, Flyer, well, we have blocks on the flyer. We don't have blocks on the runner. And Porto reminding me, figure out your attacks, not just your spell casting. But yeah, Aerialist gets him close enough to dead that that's what we should do. I think that's our best chance. Now they have life gain here, so they're at a virtual 13 over the next couple of turns, but I think that is the right play here. This time I'm going to pay because this creature has ward.
Buenos dias, children.
Don't bounce my stuff or anything. I need you to take this damage, Fox. Hey, if we're dead to exponential growth, we're going to salute. Yeah, that 1 point could be the difference too, right? Them being at a virtual 9, a lot different right now than being at a virtual 8, huh? Well, there you go. That probably closes the door on us. I don't think we can survive that. Yeah, I'll chump it up, but I think this is GG. Actually, it's not. I guess we have Outburst. Outburst is a nice out. Like we could go to they're at a virtual 7, but Outburst would have won the game. Yeah, or sorry, Expression. Yep. Creative Expression off the top would have gotten us game. Whichever one. Which one is it? Outburst, Expression. I can't. You know what we're talking about, though, right? Play your Outburst. I kind of want to put you in the corner with a crown on, Hat. That's how I feel about that. In the corner, but with a crown instead of a dunce cap. 5, 6, 7. I guess we're deaning. We're just dead, though, right? We tried and failed. We had an out, though. That's kind of cool. That we had Outburst out right there. Would have been funny. I'll play this and I'll leave the assistant back. I suppose, like, I don't know what they have, but maybe we chump with the assistant, we eat something with the dean, we find something from their library that answers the 8/8, right? That's the plan. Yeah, we're still only mostly, so I'm actually going to give you the one I finally hooked up. Duncan, are you around? Oop, that's not the one. Sorry, hold on. Wait.
I'm not dead!
He says he's not dead.
Yes, he is.
I'm not!
He isn't.
Well, he will be soon.
Attack to play into the outburst? That play? Oh, but look, it happened. It happened.
He's very ill.
I'm getting better!
No, you're not. You'll be stone dead in a moment.
And Spectacle Mage. Oh, can't do Spectacle Mage and cast the outburst, the Snow Day, unfortunately. I don't think that's true. 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 4, and then we can't cast it. So one short. But we got to do it now. So, okay. What should we pitch? Any thoughts on what we should pitch? Hold the reject? For what? To what end? What are we going to get with reject? I should pitch the reject is my point. I mean, if I pitch the land, we can't even hold up the reject. Well, did I misread? What does it say? I assumed it was this turn. Until end of turn. Yeah, we had to. I didn't read, though, to be honest. I just assumed it had that text. Yeah, I'm just ditching the reject. I just don't think it's going to do anything. No, D. Go back and watch the VOD. Sometimes in life you miss things. I'm worried about what this attack represents. It might just be an effort to get us dead through attrition, but we're going to try and take it out. Got to do some blocking here. Still not dead. Got Warden into Mage. Are we? We got chumps, don't we? Oh, we're dead to that. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot unblockable. We're totally dead. I was just counting blockers, but we are indeed dead. Well played. Here's a Trek dead for you.
He's dead, sir.
That man's dead back there.
Must be dead. He was worse than dead. His brain is gone.
Right. Get us to 5 so the runner is lethal. Good call, Mike. All right. You're keeping it respectable. Is this going to be yet another 3-0 into 4-3? Another 3-0 into 4-3? That's up to chat. I don't think there was ever a point at which we drew the pillar drop off of the Snow Day, could not cast it, and then next turn, of course, it had summoning sickness, so would not have been able to recover anything. Five and 2 sounds so much more dominant than 4 and 3. Just like way more than one win different, right? It just feels more dominant. So Tron, bring to the it. Tron looking to save face for chat and make me go, dang it. Another dominant start into a very medium finish, but 5-2 still available for me. I want it. I want it, especially against Tron. I'm going to crush you, Tron. Rough place to start here, but on the draw with Heated Debate we're going to keep, especially with Rutha waiting. We're going to draw an island right away anyway. That's how we roll. Here comes the island. I mean, here comes the mountain. I wanted a mountain. It was all part of the plan. Yeah, 0 Silver Coal, which we thought. I mean, you cannot send a last pick whatever mage and have there be a Silver Coal draft. There's just no way. This is a little rough here. We're up against some hyper aggro. We do have the Pillar Drop Warden about to try to hold off the Historian. Eager First Year is a real it's not a great target for a Heated Debate. You'd like to get better, but we don't have that room, so I'm just going to do this now before it untaps.
And in conclusion, may I please remind you that it does not say RSVP on the Statue of Liberty.
Well, we're having some rough luck on the mana. That's a lot of lands to have with only one of your 2 evenly split colors. Odds of that pretty low, but I expect we'll draw our Biblioplex, the library thing now. But we are officially out of action. I guess next turn we get Pillar Drop, Get Back, Heated Debate if we desperately need it. That's not a play I'm looking to make, but we do have it next turn. 2 mana for the return, 3 mana for the debate. Let's see if they come up with something that we feel needs to die that way. I can say it's Tron. Serious penalty for using this removal, but you do what you gotta sometimes. I'd be surprised if Tron decided this Pillar Drop Warden needed to be replaced with a 3-2, though. I'd be fine with that. One issue with our situation, we top deck the island. We can't just go island expressive iteration or we're going to lose the ability to do the land thing. But we can cast Arcane Subtraction in that spot if we wanted to, and then save the iteration for the turn after. Or just go Rutha, make him have a... Might be... But we know they have an answer to Rutha. Do we want to turn Rutha into a 3-2? Probably not. I believe this is Tron's 5th turn, right? And I haven't seen the... Did Tron miss a land drop there, is my question. All right, well, if Tron's going to do that, we're going to go for the Rutha play here. Tron pausing on a single white mana? Help me out. What's that about? Is that Tron messing with me? Or is there a single white to worry about? Could be Swords to Plowshares. Could be +1/+0 draw a card. Could be Mana Tithe. Yep, Mana Tithe is good. God's Willing is in. A lot of archive cards can be that 1 mana, right? Make your mark. Thank you, team. I think that's our list. But of course, also on the list is Tron messing with us. He knows I look for pauses, so you can absolutely mess with me that way and make me worry or make me misplay. What do you know? Actually, the swords. Biblio for the best removal spell ever printed seems like a reasonable line. So does Expressive Iteration desperately look for a second island. That's my plan here. There it is. Reject. We'll just take Pigment Storm. No need to reject something when we can storm it. Oh, almost did it. Almost. But I remembered. Here we go. Reject is the one we don't want, so we're going to put it in our library. I almost did it, though, gang. Almost did it. And I'm going to go ahead and play this. Let them mage something here if they want. I'm going to keep both back, though, I think. I don't want to offer... Maybe I want to offer that. Again, I didn't think about combat before doing all my stuff. Classic Ryans. Trade 3-2 for Biblioplex Assistant, knowing we could get our mage swords and take 2. Yeah, whatever, that's fine. Or they could not. They could take this. Swords are mage, and we take 4, but we gain 2 back from the swords. This is fine. I'm attacking. Love that card. We passed that for one of our power spells. I think we'd had a Rutha. Oh, by the way, Hat, I keep forgetting to tell you this. I don't on YouTube. Hi, YouTube friends. Somebody on YouTube made the comment, "Hi, Skeptical Hat." So somebody finally replied to you. Is my point. Just so you know. 7 mana gives us Storm plus Subtraction, and I'm in for that. Let's Storm the Assistant. I guess we could wait. Yeah, I guess we'll do it. I mean, it's good damage, and then we can subtract to get action. Subtraction into summoning, also interesting, but I think we do that on defense and then just play the summoning next turn. We get our 4/4 summoner. I'm small enough that my YouTube comments are all generally pretty positive. Occasionally there's somebody with a snotty thing to say, but mostly my YouTube chat is as good as my regular chat. Tron still with the pauses, so we'll figure out what these instant speed abilities are. There you go, heated debate. Burying books on the historian is nice, though. I like making folks redraw their 2-drops. Have not liked this card, but now it's on an open board with no pushback, so it's a good spot for this dust speaker right now. This is going to get us, I think. The saving grace is Tron's low land count, but it's going to be Value Town. Man, only 1 red. So there you go. Like, Tron being a little bit stuck is going to work in our favor here. In fact, this is, unless Tron has a mountain in hand that we don't know about, this is kind of perfect because they only gets 1 of them. As opposed to land 2-drop where they get the land play and the 2-drop and the spell. We need help off the top, though. We're just in trouble to the presence of this stuff in general. All right, that is exactly what we wanted. We now have debate for the Dust Speaker, and we can put a stop to that value train. Gonna do that right away. More pausing. Continue to see pausing on the white mana. Well, not beaming, or obviously we would have seen it there. Now, of course, we're going to make him have it. Now I'm trying to decide whether we are racing or holding back to trade. I think we just race. We're behind on it right now, but if we trade, they can make a 3-2 and take over the race anyway. All right, that's not bad. But boy, do we need it to live. Or at least, even if it dies, I guess we're at 1. And I gotta figure out how aggressive we're being. But again, I'm so scared, and I think we could be very close to dead here, especially if it is a study break to tap down the Historian. But we're still just at 1. And I'm living off the top of my library right now, but we're gonna see. At 5 mana, I've just found this. It so often comes down at a time where it really is suicide attacking. That is not the draw. And once again,
Is
back-to-back
this a dead
weeks.
man, Doctor? Very dead, Mr. Spock.
3-0 to 4-3. At least I went 3-0 to my win 4-3. Better than 3-0 to losing 4-3. But my goodness. Guy thinks he might have a runaway victory, and instead chat says, nah. Nah. We're going to keep it interesting, Ryan. Sorry. Very weird draft. There was, let's see. Let's run through the 8 decks. We had me as only Prismari, 3 Witherbloom, 2 Lorehold, and 1 Quandrix. But then there was 3 Lorehold, right? 3 Lorehold, 3 Witherbloom, 1 Quandrix, 1 Prismari. What a weirdo draft. 3 Lorehold, and I was considering getting into Lorehold. We were like, you could get into Lorehold, Ryan. It's always open. I opened on a Lorehold pick. Interesting stuff. Well, good job, chat. You saved face yet again. I was stomping away like, whatever. I'm just gonna copy with Rutha until you're dead. And then, what do you know? Basically, every one of my games that I won, all 4 of my wins were Rutha-driven. And in all 4 of my losses, Rutha was contained or didn't show up. What does that mean, chat? What does that mean? It means we had a good event. Good times. Thanks, chat. Thanks, mods, for getting it all done. Mama and Hat especially leading the charge, getting this thing rolling every week. Much appreciated. Good job, all you competitors. Thank you for taking the time to help me make content. And way to stay in it, keep it close, keep it interesting, and keep that, especially keep that that format cup. I want to be the format champ, and that's the thing. Even if I like 6-1, whatever, it doesn't quote matter to me. But I'm trying to build a lead on y'all. I want to take the format, and you're keeping it close every week. People asking me if I'm going to play in the draft challenge, like almost certainly. I'm trying to think of like how bad a structure would have to be to get me to not play something aspirationally limited on Arena that is being offered by Wizards. I mean, they could do it. They could offer something where the value proposition was so awful that I didn't even bother. But generally, if they're going to offer a spiky, high prize, just something a little more aspirational, something a little more competitive, a little more high level, a little more high stakes, I'm gonna do it basically every time, if for no other reason than to let Wizards know that it is what I want from this platform. You can complain on Twitter, you can write emails to the company, you can call their customer support and give them an earful, but I'm telling you, nothing changes a company's direction like you voting with your money and your time. It helps to say those things, but really, there's so much behavior tracking that's the other thing. You get a lot of people on Twitter saying, I will never, you have lost my business and I am never playing Magic again, Wizards, you. And then it's like, oh, but look at that sweet new card. I'm going to buy that card and then I'm never. So there's a lot of talk is what I'm saying. People do a lot of talk with their outrage, and then they don't follow up their outrage with their wallet and their time. And I'm just saying, I am going to let Wizards know via my time and not my wallet. I'm going to let them know via my gems. I guess my Arena wallet will let them know that I want more. That's what I want to let them know. I want more of this. Keep doing it. Trouble is, if they come up with some awful system, some awful payout, and we all support it really heavily, they're like, great, we can do awful payouts, and they're in, which is why there is a line. There's a point at which it's like, no, Wizards, I will not buy that. You don't get my money. But right now, I sure do want to encourage them to keep adding other limited options besides just jump into another queue, right? So that's that. Thank you. Bye, YouTube friends. Thanks for hanging out for that one. Hope you enjoyed another Gauntlet. I know I did. See ya.